Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kathy's Corner, Seed in the Sand, and this is chapter 9 of Wake Up. Hibernation is over. And what I wanted to talk to you today about was rehabilitation. And I've been talking about, like waking up, seeing people for who they are, taking a real hard look in the mirror of our part in these types of incidents that happen, like in Madison, where, I don't care if it's a male or female, if it's a juvenile or an adult, there has to be something that led up to the point of someone doing what they did. And it's really hard to say, this person is responsible or that person is responsible for this happening, because a lot of times it's really, really complicated situations. And the rehabilitation on my part, when I went through the court system, I was placed on conditional release, which means I had to follow the rules, to be a functioning human being again. And so you couldn't drink, you couldn't do drugs, you couldn't own a weapon, couldn't possess a weapon, things like that. It wasn't anything real major where it was like life-changingly hard to follow the rules. Mainly, you just had to check in with your supervisors and agents and things like that, and work really hard to rehabilitate yourself. And they wanted to see you really work on yourself and do better. And I did. I did everything that they told me to do, and I worked really hard on myself. And this is why I do these baby steps. Every step is like an effort for me to move forward, to do the next right thing. So what is true rehabilitation? Define rehabilitation in like how somebody can say, oh, I'm sick one day and I'm healthy another. And some people watch my videos going, she's out there, she's really wacky. That's just my perception of situations, like the water and the food and things like that. Baptizing the water and baptizing ourselves through the water. Some people could say, oh, that's really weird, that's really out there, she's really not good, she's not doing well. And I call bullshit on that. That's not true. It's just the way that I rehabilitated myself. This is how I talk to myself. This is how I invent ways to say, I am going to take that next step forward. I am going to celebrate those efforts. And I am going to get up every time I'm pushed down. And so what does the punishment teach? I'm being punished. There's no other way to say it. I'm being punished by my family. I'm being punished by friends who betray me, who say they're my friends and then they walk away and they, talk behind my back, and they do all kinds of things. Why? Because they can. Because they feel like they're above me. So what does the punishment teach? What does that teach me? Sorry, I'm just reading my notes here. What we should be teaching people, instead of punishing them and saying, let's take everything away from this person, we should be giving them tools. We should be giving them resources. We should be giving them a community of celebration. and not darkness. And I'll tell you, I'm really afraid of ever having to go to the police department. I'm afraid of ever having to go to the court system because they're going to punish me. They're going to forever, for the rest of my life, punish me. And that's not fair. I should be receiving tools, resources, and a community. I'm not getting that. So I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it by myself, for myself. And certain groups, make it sound like they're, there for the community, and they're there for the support, and they're there for the, no, you're not. At least in my experience, it hasn't been. They're there for the teens. They're not there for the adults. So, all right. Sorry, that wasn't nice, but there are no tools out there unless you go and get it yourself, and you go do it yourself, or you create it for yourself. And that's what I'm doing. And if people think that I'm weird or crazy or out there or whatever they want to say, that's fine. Call me whatever you want to do. I've had people betray me worse than that. So go ahead and do it. I don't care. So these are the classic tarot cards. Sorry. Oh, and people who think that this is like something that's not supposed to be done. This is just a tool that I use that helps me find my way. And if you don't like it, then keep scrolling. All right, so the past is the Queen of Wands. Sorry, I got a little emotional there. Queen of Wands is telling me to slow it down, girl. Slow it down. So for the present, that was for the past. The present is Strength. 2 major arcana cards. Strength is, self-explanatory. Get back up, no matter what. Sorry. And the third card is a 10 of Pentacles. Ultimate abundance. Abundance in all ways. Overflowing with abundance. And your seeds have harvested, and they have created, and they're reseeding, and it's just beautiful rendition of growth and abundance and produce. Producing and producing and producing and producing. So, all right, I'm just checking my notes, see if we, I'm going to say one last thing before we go in closing. Things are bad. I think I said, the systems are broken. I'm afraid to go to the legal system. I'm afraid to go to the court system. I'm afraid to go to the educational system. I'm afraid to go to the state system, the governmental system, the legislative system. I'm afraid to go to them because I'm going to get shot down every time. Every time I go to the police and say, I have this concern, they look at me and they say, oh, mental illness, red flags. It's got to get bad enough for things to change. And when do we get those tools? When do we get that community? When do we get those resources? Wake up, people. This isn't going to get better. It's going to get worse. So this is my way to spread tools and resources and that message that you're not alone. Go to visit someone who is lonely. Just sit with them for an hour. Make them feel as if they matter. Go to an elderly community center, or I don't know, just anywhere that somebody is just lonely and they just want somebody to talk to. Even in a restaurant, there's people that are just plain old lonely, and just talk to them for a little bit. That's my challenge for you. Just reach out to somebody who's lonely and offer them tools, resources, and a sense of community, that there's good in this world. It's hard to do, but with practice we can do it. So, all right, wake up, people. Have a good day.